Ladies and gentlemen, hang on, let me see. Bow. Bow. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? You know what it is. Hip Hop Mike live from my house. I know I got a lot of plaques, some big flexing. You see my background. Listen, I built a studio on my crib because I can't get out to the studio in Brooklyn. But you already know, repping for Station Head always. And I have a special guest here today via Zoom, my man Rah-C. What's up, Rah?
What's up, man? How you doing?
All is well, bro. I can't complain. I've been hanging out at the crib for like what feels like an eternity now.
Yeah, trust me. I feel like you got a nice little setup there, though.
I
Definitely.
appreciate it. You're actually the first person that is on this, I guess, show of sorts.
Yeah, no, I'm honored. Thank you. Appreciate that, for real.
All love, man. Nah, I appreciate your time. I haven't done much on here yet, but I like the way that it looks. I like the platform. I like the whole, setup.
Definitely. I've been really underutilizing a lot of the like Zoom and like Instagram live. I did like one Instagram live, but I don't know. I feel like I've been more focused on trying to like make as much music as I can during this, and like I haven't taken advantage enough of like the streaming aspect of it. But
listen, as long as you're creating, man, I know you're locked in and putting out a lot of stuff and working on a lot of new stuff.
Yeah, I feel like if you're like a huge artist and like your live streams are getting like thousands and thousands of people, like it's one thing, but like right now it's like a blessing for me to be able to sit inside and spend literally all day every day just like making these songs, and like it only enhances my skill and like also enhances the chance that one of these are the song that like does it for me, you know what I mean?
Will be a quarantine record.
Yeah, exactly.
So how has the quarantine been treating you besides just being locked in at the crib? Has it slowed down any of the business? Has it changed any plans? Like what's this kind of situation been looking like?
I had a show at Baby's All Right in Brooklyn that was supposed to be like last week or 2 weeks ago, that obviously got canceled, which sucked. But I never got tested because it was like I wasn't allowed at the time, but about like a month ago I had gotten sick right when all this happened for like a week. And it was like definitely coronavirus, but like I was like a week long, and then the week after that was okay. So like the quarantine definitely getting actually sick put a damper on, like I came in strong, ready to be like, all right, I'm gonna just like get a bunch of stuff done, and then I had like a 2-week stretch of like laying in bed because I couldn't do anything. So that kind of made this quarantine like triple the length, you know what I mean?
Nah, I feel you, man. I kind of went through something similar in December. I got sick for like a whole week. I swear it was coronavirus also.
Right.
We don't really know. We don't know what this is. We don't know how long it's been out here. I mean, they say that it started in February, I guess, here.
Yeah, I got sick in February too. Like,
who knows? One thing for sure is that coming off of me being sick, I know that it was like a really good reboot for my body. I feel like I slowed down with smoking. I got a little more focused. I started kind of like putting some attention to my health. And I think one thing that definitely is great that's going to come from this quarantine is, just the fact that people are going to be home and able to kind of self-reflect and like look in the mirror at what they could be doing better, hopefully.
Yeah, I would hope so. Like I've been on a pretty good routine. Like I've been, not that I've been sleeping more, but like I've definitely just been like waking up shamelessly at noon and being like if I'll stay up super late, I have no issue waking up late. But I've just noticed my days are starting a lot later, and like I'm trying to take the time to really just, like you said, reflect and understand. The only thing that's difficult is like at nighttime, like right before I go to sleep, I start to just like get a little
mind is going, right?
I'm just like laying, especially like when you live in Manhattan and you can like you look out the window and like there's all this life happening, and it's kind of just a little bit more eerie when you're out here compared to like if you're like in the woods somewhere. It's kind of just the same, you know what I mean?
Well, I'll tell you this. I was in Manhattan last week. I linked up with my boy Logan and Trax Jewelers, and we went out to kind of like feed homeless, right? And I walked through Times Square, and it was completely empty on Friday afternoon. It was like maybe 3 o'clock in
Crazy.
the afternoon. Not one person in Times Square. It was
Really?
absurd. Like I've never seen anything like that in my entire life.
Yeah,
It was
that's crazy.
It was really spooky.
I might have to go down there. I might have to ride a bike down there and check that out.
I'll be honest, it's worth checking out. Not that I encourage people to be outside, but
Yeah, no.
it's definitely worth checking out because
I'll probably just stay in anyway. But
I mean, I'll tell you the truth. I've went outside a couple of times, I kind of keep to myself. I don't bother a lot of people, but I like to walk. I like to kind of move around. It's different, bro. It's a different energy. I mean, walking past places that are takeout only, seeing a lot of places that are like shopping stores closed, and
definitely. I'm really excited. There's a taco spot around the block from my apartment, and it's been closed for like 3 weeks. And I just walked by today, and it's opened again. So
they were like
excited about it.
So
Excited about it.
we got to talk music. You posted that you're dropping something, or that you have.
Yeah,
something
I just dropped something yesterday.
last night. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. What's that about? Talk to me about this music.
Yeah, so it's this single. It's called Same Path. I dropped, when we last talked, the Foreman album I dropped in January, but since then I was kind of holding on to that for a minute. So I had like a ton of music that I was working on before that even dropped. So like, it's funny. I'm always like so ahead of my release schedule where I'm at mentally and like creatively is a lot different than like the output of what's coming out. It's been like that at least for the past year. So like now I'm getting back into releasing like in real time. Like I've put together all these singles that I'm gonna put out basically like a month apart, and I'm like working on them currently and like gonna be dropping them. So this was the second one. I dropped a song Outside of Time last month, and this was the second single. So I'm just trying to go back into being more frequent in my release, but not like too overwhelming, like not just dropping too much stuff.
No, I feel you. I mean, you got a lot of music you're creating. I already know, being locked in, you probably got song after song coming through.
Yeah, it's different though. Like I feel like now from like a quality control aspect, I'm definitely being more particular about like I don't want to waste my time trying to make like a song that's mid. You know what I mean? Like for lack of a better word.
Well, where's your head at these days? Are you on like the more upbeat, positive vibes? Are you kind of feeling down with this whole quarantine? Like, what kind of stuff are you creating?
It's funny. I've been actually on this this new song is definitely like I wouldn't even know how to exactly characterize it. It's definitely like upbeat in tempo. I've been really upbeat in all the tempo and the instrumentation of these new songs. Like this song is like 110. I think it's like 110 BPM or something. But like there's definitely like a big juxtaposition between like the lyrics and the instrumental, because a lot of these new songs that are coming, like the lyrics are pretty like reflective and definitely not happy lyrics, but like the instrumentation is like dancey, and it's almost like an 80s, early 90s like synth pop record.
Like a mind fuck. It sounds like
I don't know. I just like the idea. Like I think there's like this twisted part of my brain that gets off on the idea of people dancing subconsciously to like sadness. I don't know. Like
it's called TikTok.
Yeah, dude. I've tried to dabble in there, and I just like I don't want to just say it's not for me, but like I can't. I haven't been able to like accurately get on that app and like produce content for that app without feeling like I'm selling myself.
Well, you're a rapper, not a dancer. I mean,
yeah. It's so that's the thing. Like it's hard to it's hard to come through with like content that feels real to me, because that's not like the world that I live in. But I applaud people who can cross over into that world like appropriately and like it works, you know what I mean? Because it does not work for me at all.
Nah, I definitely feel that. Listen, I mean, it's something I guess I'm on and off with. Like I go on TikTok and I'll have like days where I just constantly am posting, and then I'll fall off for like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm the same with Twitter. I'm not a big a tweeter, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like obligated to use Twitter, but like whenever I go on there, I just get so angry.
Yeah,
I'm like, what am I doing?
You
on
got to
here. Like,
scroll through all these shenanigans, and there's a lot
there's
of
so much. People are just screaming at each other. I'm like, yo, like I'm trying to like I don't even know. It's like you just feed into people screaming at each other, and it's like
yeah.
I don't exactly know why I'm even here wasting my time. Like I just be trying to tweet what I have to say if I have a new song, and then just get out. You know what
Keep
I
it
mean?
moving.
Yeah, exactly.
Check out the latest record. Peace out.
Yeah, exactly. I like hope I like aspire to like 10 years from now being the type of artist that can just like here's the music and just like go back into hiding somewhere.
No cat. What else
Yeah.
are you doing at home to kind of keep yourself busy? And
Um,
is Johnny Nunez on your ass about working, or is he letting you watch some Tiger King on Netflix?
nah, like I mean, well, Johnny knows like I'm working every minute of the day in terms of like creatively you can't be producing or writing or every single hour of the day, but it's like spending all day just thinking about what I can do to better myself personally and professionally. But like, you know, we'll talk and I'll just be like, oh, I'm just working on new music or whatever. I have been watching some shows. I did not watch Tiger King.
Oh man,
I've
you're
been
missing out.
I've been watching Ozark. The show is pretty crazy.
Okay. I started Ozark. I watched like 2 episodes and I was like, I don't fully understand it. I feel like it's kind of like Game of Thrones. Like you have to commit to it and like be willing to sit through the whole thing because to just
Yeah.
watch episodes like how you'd watch The Office or something, it doesn't seem like it's gonna work.
No, you have to like it's like watching like it's like sitting in the theater and watching a movie every episode. Like you can't like look away, you know what I mean? There's so many moving parts, but like I really like that. I'll watch that like before I go to bed, like for an
Okay.
hour or two. Like um you know, I've been trying to stay away from we got my roommate brought up a PlayStation a few weeks ago, so we have that with but like I'll play something for like a half an hour and then be like, okay, put it down. Like
Had
I
enough.
can't. Yeah, like because you know it's like start getting a habit of playing for like a few hours and then you're just like, oh, what am I doing?
And you're addicted and you're ordering headsets on Amazon.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing is right now with how everything is, like, I'll call my friends will FaceTime me, and a lot of them are like playing 2K with each other, like with the headsets and talking. And I'm like, oh, that sounds fun, but that also sounds like me like totally disappearing into like my fucking couch for a few days.
It's a whole nother world.
Yeah, exactly. So what have you been doing during this time?
I've been playing a lot of 2K. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I wouldn't blame you.
Nah.
I've tried to. It's a battle for me to try to put down the.
Well, I bought an Xbox. My boy told me don't buy an Xbox. He said there's a brand new one coming out in November, and nobody is gonna want to watch you play old Xbox games on Twitch. But I bought an Xbox, and honestly, I played like games for maybe 2 days, and then I started watching like hella YouTube. Like, so
Yeah.
I'm addicted to YouTube. I watch Mad Joe Rogan podcast.
Yo,
I
me
watch
too. Me too.
tons of videos. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I've been doing that. I took a job for the first maybe 3 weeks of this quarantine. I was sitting here actually like maybe the first week or two. I was sitting here and I was smoking nonstop, lots of weed. I ordered a coffee machine. So oh my god, I just got an alert. Rest in peace, Fred the Godson.
No way.
I just got an alert. Jesus Christ. That is not good news. My bad.
No, Jesus.
Oh man.
Wow.
That's wild. You see, this is what's going on. Like, I don't know what the fuck is happening in this world because, I mean, like I was saying, I've been here the first week or two. I sat home, I smoked weed. I didn't really know what sense to make of this because you hear horrific things like I just told you guys. I mean, we lost people like Fred the Godson. I mean, I remember when this first started, it was like Tom Hanks had it, and then all these big influential people and nobody really close to home had it. There was nobody
Yeah.
that like I felt like in hip hop I didn't really hear about a lot of people. I didn't hear about like anybody that was too major. And then as the weeks unfolded, it was like Fred got it. And then it's just like person after person and there's no real way to figure out what it is. It's like what is an underlying condition? Are you
Yeah.
like what is? So I
No.
stayed home for the first couple weeks, and I didn't know what to do with myself. And you know, as time went on, I just kind of got stir crazy. But like more information had come out that it was like serious, but not super serious. And now it's just like, I mean, my father's lost a couple of his friends. We just lost Fred. Rest in peace, Fred is so crazy, bro.
Yeah, rest in peace. That's crazy. Nah, for real.
I don't even
I only
know.
saw him out a few times. I mean, not like I go out ever, but like for the amount of times that I go out, I remember, forget where I was. It might have been SOBs or something, and he was out, and I remember like watching all those freestyle videos of him on YouTube again when I was like young kid, and then seeing, you know, like seeing him in person. He was definitely one. That's using past tense, like that's crazy, but
Yeah, nah, it's
definitely one of those.
I
Definitely
can't even.
one of those people who like, you know, like to be on the double XL list and stuff for that type of artist, that type of, you know, like real lyricism and stuff, like it's super dope, but it's so unfortunate. Man, it's crazy.
Bro, I can't believe it. I mean, I don't want to turn this into like the saddest interview ever.
Yeah, nah, I mean, bro, but that's real, but that's like, you know, where we're at right now is things are unfolding like every second. I mean, they like, that's the, you know what's funny? I was watching, I guess it's not funny, but I was watching this, one of the Dave Chappelle stand-ups the other night, and he was like talking about how we get everything in real time, like, you know, maybe when he was younger, like big events that would happen, like on the news you would hear about, but like how we get live streamed, like all the positive things, but more so in the forefront, like all the bad things that happen in the entire world are just like streamlined to us all day, every day, like seconds at a
On
time.
top.
And we're just like so desensitized to it sometimes. And then certain things that hit home for certain people, like with this, you know, a lot of hip hop community, people who've been in this for a long time, like are gonna be like, damn, that's, you know, it's crazy. You know, that hits home.
That's absurd. Yeah. I mean,
And then,
Fred, like you said, man, to even make it onto the double XL list is that caliber of artist was just like insane. And I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, exactly. And you look at like, I mean, you look at like, you know, you look at like what the list has evolved to now, and then you look at like, what was that, 2010, 2009 with him, something like that. But like, um, you know, like they always were picking artists who were like, um, you know, doing real numbers on like a more of a mainstream level. But he's one of those guys, like you would look at that list now and be like, damn, I can't believe he was on that list. But he was just that dope. Like, it's crazy.
it's absurd, man. It's such
Yeah.
a shame. And there's
Yeah.
so many, like, there's just so many good people, man, that are getting caught up in this and that are losing family members. I mean, I'm looking through the gram now. People are just starting to post about Fred. I mean, man, I don't even know what goes on. I'll just say this much. It's, you know, it's good that you're staying inside. It's good that you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah, likewise for you, man.
And yeah, man, I just think that, you know, we don't know how long this is going to go on. We don't know if it's going to be another 2 weeks, it's going to be another 2 months, what the
Mhm.
summer's looking like. But, you know, just I'd say this much. I mean, keep creating, keep working, and stay focused, man. And, you know, anything we could do over here, any support I could give, you know, is love always.
No, I appreciate that, bro. Likewise. I'm definitely like trying to just take this time to, like you said, reflect on who I am and want to be, and like just write songs. Like I'm at the point right now where, you know, like with all the panic that's going on and like these things that I definitely feel in my head, it's easy to get like nervous. But like if I can distract myself for a few hours in some song that I'm working on, it just like brings me happiness. It's like that's all I could ask for, you know what I mean? So
No, and that's what it's all about, man. That's what I'm learning too. Is just like, you know, if there's one thing that this virus has taught the whole world, it's to appreciate the moments and to kind of, you know, just make sure that you're living in a healthy way, you know, that you take care
yeah,
of yourself and that you're doing things that bring you joy, because you never know when it's gonna come. And you know,
exactly. Exactly.
it's just crazy, man.
It
Well,
is
I'm
crazy.
sorry to break this bad news.
Nah, it's all good. Nah, I mean, bro, like it's crazy that it happens live like that. Like
It's well, like you said, man, it's just instantly like we're being fed stuff all day. And
Yeah.
not for nothing, we don't know what we're being fed. Cause to tell you the truth, bro, like I've been outside, not a lot. Like definitely like like I said, when I go outside, I keep to myself, but like
Yeah.
I've definitely like we went out, we fed the homeless. I did take a job. I was making pizza for like 2 weeks at this weed pizza place, which was like a whole different, like I couldn't stay in my house anymore. And like
Yeah.
I've been around enough people and I haven't gotten sick, thank God. I mean, fortunately. And it's just like interesting to see how it affects people because some people get it and they're just completely not even phased, don't even know what's going on. And then other
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
unfortunately, it
Hmm.
gets the best of, man. But
I
yeah,
guess that's life though, dude. I mean, like so much, all these illnesses treat different way. Like people, you you see, you get like the flu, and some people could recover in 2 days, and some people, unfortunately, can't even beat that. So it's yeah. I'm like my prayer is that like once it starts getting really nice out and summer comes around, that this thing sort of just like dies. Like most viruses tend to, or at least like dissipates a lot more because
yeah,
um yeah, I'm like it's a unique time, but I'm trying to look at the positives and like from a creative standpoint, like I was working a job part time that like I was mad it was taking a lot of time away from my music. Like I would have a good idea I really liked, and I have to step away for a few hours, go do that, and come back. And like I was doing that like 5 days a week, and it was like good because I got bills in New York City are expensive, but like I was getting so like tangled up in that cycle, and then this happened. I'm kind of just like, all right, well, this is like a blessing in disguise for me to like take all of my time all day every day to like put towards my craft, and like hopefully when this is all said and done I can like step out with a collection of things that like like I'm trying to look at it from a perspective of like this happening to me could be like the thing that gets me to create those songs that take me to the next level. It's like otherwise I'm just gonna sit around and like sulk in what's happening, the reality of the situation. You know what I mean? So it's like if I can just tell myself like instead of just like scrolling on your phone and like absorbing all the propaganda and all the craziness and all the reality and all this stuff, it's like just write music and like you know what I mean? Like I'm at the point where I know people, like you were saying, from a streaming standpoint, people are like, oh, like my records aren't being streamed enough and all this
yeah,
stuff. And it's like I get that, but that's like I get like a major artist holding back for a little bit, but a lot of people, it's like if that's why you're really doing it, like I
yeah.
don't know. Like,
No, I feel that. I mean, I was watching the interview that my guy the baby did with Big Boy yesterday, and he was talking about losing 7 million throughout the course of this quarantine if it goes through July. And it's like I get it, but there's also an opportunity here for a lot of people. And
yeah, you're looking like
not
Tory
to say
Lanez.
that like it's a situation where everybody could grow from it. Obviously, it's not everybody's opportunity, but when you see what people like Tory Lanez have done,
Yeah,
when you see what you're doing, just locking in and creating content, it's like it definitely isn't a time to be dismissive. I mean, maybe if you're an artist in to some capacity or established, you take a step back and you redirect that attention. Like I'll tell you right now, if I was the baby, okay, bet losing this money, not able to perform, I'm creating music nonstop, and I'm definitely trying to figure out what kind of business, what kind of situation, what kind of thing I could do that if God forbid this ever happens again, or there's ever a situation down the line where people are like, not able to go to shows or do things like, that are sustaining your business, to figure out what businesses you can open. Because I mean, if I was the baby, I'd be trying to open up like a food spot right now, like
yeah,
quick,
or at least yeah, like getting the steps forward to like signing off on it. So when things open back up, you just be like,
ready to
man,
go.
yeah,
Yeah. So I
yeah, I
mean,
get that.
it's definitely a good time to self-reflect. It's a good time to try and just gather everything, and most of all, it's a good time to just appreciate what you got. And
Yeah, no, it's real, bro. That's the truth. You couldn't
yeah,
have said it
man.
better.
But I appreciate your time, bro.
Oh,
And
likewise. I always appreciate like since the beginning, like you've always just shown love and like giving me time of day, which like I'm always very
Well,
much
always.
appreciative.
You a good dude, man, and more importantly, you make hot shit.
Bro, I appreciate that too. Good looks. But yeah, no, I'm glad I could come up here. Like I said, I haven't really done too much of this. If I'm gonna do something like this, I'd rather it be like a conversation like we're having instead of just like trying to.
Bro, tell me about the last time you made music.
Yeah, but not even that too. It's like, you know, a lot of streaming and stuff. It's like I think people are feeling so, especially like creatives. They're feeling like they need to reach out to people right now, like in terms of like promotion. They're like, oh, like I gotta do this Instagram live.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I gotta do this stream because like the internet's like changing or like things are changing and like I'm not gonna be relevant unless I do this or that. And it's like I was definitely thinking like that for a few days, but it's like that's why I'm during this whole thing I'm gonna release a ton of songs because that's what I feel like I do best compared to, you know, like I can't like getting on Instagram live and doing like a Tory Lanez type thing like if I had the foresight to like pull that off right now, I would, but like that's certain people's lanes. Like he's rocking that lane, and like right now, I'm just gonna be, you know, trying to make the best music I can. That's the only way that I am getting by, and also being optimistic about what's coming. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to more of what's coming, man. And, you know, like I said, I appreciate the time. It's dope that you're approaching it the right way and that you're definitely figuring out how to make your sense out of all this.
Trying, man, trying.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much. Let them know where to find you at.
Yeah, you can find me at Rah-C Lyrical on Instagram and Twitter. It's RAHCLYRACAL. Also, if you just look up Rah-C, RAH-C on YouTube and Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff, there's a large amount of music to be consumed. So definitely check me out. Mike, I appreciate this as always.
Much love always, my brother.
Love, bro. All right, we'll talk soon.